Today is about the power of you. You will change the world.
You're listening to the Chronicles of Living podcast.
Do the damn thing.
Where we talk to visionary dreamers like you about living their best life.
Fulfill the highest, truest expression of yourself.
It's time to step into the past, present, and future with an open and healthy mind. Let's go! Now let's talk.
Greetings, my visionary dreamers. I can't even hold the tone today. I don't know. I just got finished eating. Hey, everybody. How is everybody doing on Let's Talk Sunday? This is ADionne, your dream pusher, your lifeguard, saving you from yourself, the world, and some real bullshit. And you are listening to Chronicles of Livin podcast show, the show for everyday people doing everyday things, living everyday life. You know, it's extraordinary, folk, just doing the damn thing the best way we can. And I just want to thank you guys for tuning in today. Thank you for all the people that always tune in here and there, or maybe every week. Hopefully, that would be nice. And to the newcomers out there, thank you for tuning in. This show is just about just what I said, you know, just situations that come about throughout our lives, and, you know, just hopefully giving you and prayerfully giving you a different outlook on it and a way of taking it and absorbing it and, you know, moving through it and things of that nature to become a better version of yourself. That's just what it's about, you know? So today's topic is, are you living a full life? Are you living a full life, guys? Thank you guys also for, you know, following anything else that I do. I know I've been a little MIA working on the Regenerating Me boutique, but nevertheless, I thank you because it's always is a lot of content out there, guys, that prayerfully can inspire you, motivate you, encourage you in some type of way. So do take advantage of that. Whatever title hits you, definitely that's for you that day. So I was coming home from the boutique and I'm like, you know, what's the topic today, Spirit? And Cicely Tyson, you know, that's just what Spirit spoke. Cicely Tyson. Talk about Cicely Tyson. Talk about Cicely Tyson. And I'm like, you know, she just passed away, 96 years old. And I'm like, wow, when I saw that, I'm like, this is a woman that has truly, truly, truly lived a full life. And what I mean by that is that, you know, you think about the time we're in right now. You know, you think about this whole pandemic thing. Do you know, 96 years old, this woman has lived through the whole real slavery day. You know, I mean, like the whole transformation, you know, of so-called freedom for, you know, I'll say black people, okay? But so-called, you know, even the Holocaust, like she has lived through and been a witness to so many different things, whether it was through hearing about it, through physically feeling it, but she's lived through it. And I'm sure, I wish I would have had a chance to meet her and sit with her and just hear different stories, you know. But she lived through it so gracefully. This woman, 96, she still was doing the damn thing. You know, I mean, still acting and following her passion and her dreams, you know. Looking at her, some of her bio, and the fact that she won, what is it, a Tony at the age of 88. 88. You know, she's still doing her thing. And here we are, some of us, you know, we just stop at a certain age. You know, we retire at a certain age, or either we just stop dreaming, stop, you know, having our visions and goals and things of that nature. We give up because things don't go our way, and or just don't turn out the way we wanted to, and or either what's going on in our lives, and it's hard, and I can't do this, and yeah, that's a lot of us. And I can share, it's been times back in my past that I've sung those songs as well, like, oh my gosh, things is just not working out, and that whole bit. But nevertheless, when you can look at a woman like this, strong, powerful, that has endured so much. We talk about racism today. Can you imagine the racism that she endured in her younger years? But yet, she didn't let that stop her. She didn't let that stop her dreams and her visions. And in the midst of any type of hiccups in her life, or any type of pauses within her career, she got back up in so many different ways. This one of the shows, how to do murder or something like that. I can't remember the name. I'm sure y'all know the drama that was How to Get Away with Murder. She started on there. She started on Tyler Perry movies, a lot of, that's why I like that man so much, because, some people don't like Tyler Perry, but I like the fact that he bring people back that's willing to come back. Hear what I just said. He brings people back on the scene that's willing, keyword, willing to come back. Because there have been a lot of actors and actors that have been in her arena, and they might not be here in 96, but that had opportunities that probably just gave up because of life, because of, different changes and not wanting to adjust to the changes of life. She had to be willing and open and receptive to adjust to the changes of life in order to be relevant. No matter the talent, you have to be willing to adjust to changes. Whatever changes life brings you, you have to be willing to adjust to them in order to stay relevant with your dream, your business, your goals, your career, your job. Let me just pause on job right now. Your job. You have the computer age right now. And if you are a person that is just like, I'm just not willing to get into this whole computer age thing, I'm not going to say you're not going to make it, but what I'm saying is you are losing out on opportunities, I'm sure, that can not even just with a job or a career, but with yourself. Just you enhancing and utilizing your brain to do more than what it has done in the past, to be willing to learn more. That is what keeps your brain working. That is what keeps you youthful. I myself, with my son is 22, and, I do. I'll share in music with him, as we're driving and things of that nature, even though I'm not with today's hip hop, not all of it. There are some artists that I still like, but there are a lot that I just don't feel like, I don't even know why they on the radio, but that's the times that we're in. That's what's going on. That's what people, these young people like, because that's what's being pushed on them, So it's still, as a mother, it's a way to connect with your children if you at least sharing it and just inquire about it, but not bash them for it, but kind of like sharing it in a way of picking their brain and trying to see what it is that, what's the feeling that they get out of this music. And then maybe through that conversation, you could kind of like sideswipe them to get away from if the music is not beneficial to them. Just by being open, and just by, you could offer them like, okay, I'm listening to your music. Why don't you listen to my music? Why don't you listen to some songs that I like? And that's what me and my son does. He'll listen to music I like. I listen to music that he likes. Thank God he don't like the stuff that's just real, real, real bad. But the point is, that's because I'm open and I'm willing to be receptive to the changing times. I'm open. So therefore, our connection is very strong because of that. I don't look at him and say, oh, why are you listening to that? Or why are you doing, you know what I mean? I want to know what's up. What's going on today? What they into and things of that nature. Because not only does that allow me to stay relevant with him, it allows me to stay relevant with other younger people, especially since I have a podcast and a TV show and now boutique. You know what I mean? I can connect. I can still talk the language because I'm willing to be open to new. I'm willing to be open to change and to adjustments that's made in this world and throughout this life. I'm going to ask you, are you open? You listening, are you open to change? Are you open to adjusting, readjusting? Or are you just a person that's just like, look, I'm tired. Like, I'm just going to stay right, in this whole mindset. It's working for me and I'm good. I'm good. Is that you? Maybe you need to ask yourself. Sometimes we need to check ourselves because sometimes we don't even realize that we just staying in the same mindset and we are not open to change. We don't even realize it. You know what I mean? Because of the fact that we just go through life day by day. And today, at the boutique, I did a meditation class. I started my meditation classes and I'm doing them like every Sunday, in the afternoon. And, today was a small group because I didn't really put it out there, but it was great because it allowed me to see, you know what I'm saying, whatever adjustments I need to make, what's working and things of that nature. But in that class, these are some of the things that we were talking about. I was sharing how I got into the whole meditation and how it pretty much changed my life for the better. And in that conversation, we were conversating about the fact that how you grow up, who you grow up around is what it is that you think life is. And that's all you think life is, unless you're willing to go out there and live a full life and do something different and, think outside the box and travel and meet new people and things of that nature. That's what you call living a full life. Because if Cicely Tyson was just about, I'm just going to hang with folk my age. I'm just going to hang with folk that's that I know, been in this business. I don't want to meet no new people. She'd have missed the opportunities. All of those opportunities. This woman has been around for 7 decades. 7 decades she's been living out her career, living out her dreams and her visions. And was it hard for her at times? I'm sure it was. I'm sure there have been plenty of times that she probably wanted to give up. You think about the industry, the entertainment industry alone is for a woman. I'm here to tell you, I know you have to be a strong woman so that people won't, take advantage of you, because it's kind of like a man's business, that run a lot of stuff. And obviously she was a strong enough woman to withstand that. And she maintained her integrity. She gained her respect throughout, to the point that, I remember her, and I remember her first, well, I'm not going to say her first movie, but the first time I was introduced to her was through the series Roots. I hope that everybody saw Roots before. I just think that was, it was very informative. I even, had my son watch it when he was growing up, the whole series, and just, seeing where we came from, not where we came from, but some of the things that we've endured as a people, of color. But even in that, her playing in that movie, she played Kunta Kinte's mother. It's like one of the main roles. And I just remember her from there. So it's just like when I kept seeing her resurface on different movies and TV shows, I'm like, damn, she doing a damn thing. Like, wow, she looks fabulous. Again, are you living your full life? Because if you're living your full life, but if you're living it in a way out of passion and out of, you know what I'm saying, joy, and you're welcoming the changes, guess what? What you have endured won't show. It won't show on your face. Your aging will just kind of, it's almost like this woman, somewhat aged backwards on some of her years. Because she looked really good. And she still was, physically mobile and knew what was going on and things of that nature. But a lot of times, many people think that after you hit, your 60s, I'm going to say 60 because I'm 50. But after you hit your 60s or something, that you're supposed to just, oh, well, I'm old now. I'm just going to chill. I'm just lay back, whatever, But no, you should go harder at that age. You should be willing to want to do more, because that's what's going to maintain your youth. That's what's going to keep you alive. That's what's going to that's what's going to allow you to live a full life. That's what that's about, is to keep going. You have another year and another year every time your birthday comes up to discover something new about you, to discover something new that you want to do with your life. So many of us think that, oh, well, I'm too old to do that. I'm too, those years are gone, whatever it is. And I say to you, be willing to alter some of the things that you do. If your dream is something that, you had when you was a teen and it's really meant for, when you was young, then what? Go volunteer at a doggone Boys and Girls Club or YMCA or whatever. And I know with this whole pandemic that's going on, is not a lot of places that's open. They are down here. I have to keep remembering it's not like that everywhere. But you can do something online. So many of us, we just, like I said, we in this whole shell and we don't want to try something new. But that newness is going to breathe new life into you. Trust me when I say this. Even if it don't go exactly the way you want it to go, the fact that you tried something new is going to spark a new energy within you. And maybe it might lead you to something else to try new. Until you figure out, okay, this is my new niche. This is my new thing, I just pray that people can look at this woman and say to themselves, like, dang, if she can do it 96 and still be looking so good, have such a full career and have endured so much throughout life. And here I am complaining about, something that my kid did, or just stupid stuff, This lady has lived through so much. I just can't. I don't know the woman, but I know that I've followed her, the things that she's done. And through the things that on a big screen, I can look and tell that her spirit is a good spirit. Like, it just seems that way to me. Now, she could have been a diva and she could have been, ratchet. I don't know behind the scenes, but I'm just saying what I saw. You know what I mean? I don't know the woman, but I just want y'all to know that we all have the opportunity to live a full life. We all have opportunities to begin again and again and again, until the time that you begin is the time that you have always desired, you've been looking for, you've been wanting, sometimes, like I was talking in the meditation class and I was telling them, you got to be open to detach yourself to things, to situations, to people that is holding you back, from the mindsets, because when you're willing to detach yourself, that's when you find yourself light. You find yourself feeling light. I was telling them how many times I moved and, of course, me getting into meditation, just before that, one of my detrimental moves is what led me to go stay at a yoga meditation retreat. Something that so many people, my loved ones, just was like, oh my gosh, that's a cult. What you doing? Like, oh my gosh, she done lost her mind. Like, she crazy. What's going on? But I was willing and I was open and I was like, I know there's more to life. I know that, it's just not the everyday things that I've seen my friends, my family do. I know there's more. And I want to know what's out there. I want to know what's out there for me. I want to know what I have inside of me that is really yearning to come out. That can not only just help me, but that can help other people, that can help my loved ones, that can, breathe new life into me, breathe new life into my loved ones from my experience. And that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. Because I was willing to think outside the box. I was willing to take a chance on me. Well, I always do that. I will take a risk. Everybody know I take a risk. But I'm just saying, I was willing to go against the grain. Let's say it that way. Go against the grain because of the fact that, how I grew up, it was believed that, the whole meditation, yoga, whatever, was some type of cult thing or whatever like that. And I'm like, this is because people don't go and find information out for themselves. They don't do the research for themselves. Or sometimes we as a people, individually, we are not willing to do research on our own, to experience things for ourselves, just because a family member, a friend, or just people in our neighborhood or whatever has never experienced it. Or either they might have experienced it and they had a bad experience. But because they had a bad experience, they're going to put that on you. And then now you're fearful of experiencing something new. That's how that goes. This is why the show I had a couple weeks ago talking about something, be fearless. You know what I mean? Stand strong, be fearless. Because we have our individual lives, guys. We are not individuals for nothing. We're individuals for a reason. We're individuals so that we can experience individual things and we can share in it. Whether we had a bad experience or a good experience. The fact remains is, don't shun nobody else from experiencing something unless it's like something like, a detrimental drug or, something like that, of course. But still, we all got to experience different things because as crazy as this sound, some people probably meant to experience a detrimental drug or something that can almost take their life in order for them to learn a certain lesson, in order for them to be a person that might go out and open up a rehab. You see how that goes? But we're all here to experience different things in life. And so I'm telling you guys, when things come to you, to your heart, to your spirit, to your soul, and it just won't let you go, you really need to investigate that. You really need to see what it's all about. You really need to go and experience and explore and, and see what it's all about. You never know what you'll get out of it. And like I said, even if it don't work out the way you expect it to work out, it always works out the way it's supposed to work out. Let me repeat that. Even if it don't work out the way you expect it to work out, it always works out the way it's supposed to work out. That's what I'm saying. We just think if it's not perfect, oh my gosh, why did I do that? Oh my gosh, I shouldn't have, no. Even if it's something that you did and your intuition, your higher self told you not to do it, and you had some crazy repercussions because of it, because you was just that curious to do it, it was meant to be. Because guess what? You learned something from it, didn't you? You put your hand on that stove and your hand got burnt. You knew not to touch that stove no more, right? So it's the same thing as we're growing up into adulthood. When we go touch something we know it's going to burn us, and we go, we got to learn until we learn. And then we move on to the next lesson and the next lesson and the next lesson. And then we get better at the lessons because we know, look, okay, this ain't work out or whatever. I'm going to readjust it. But, if it's just too much, I'm just going to let it go. I'm just going to leave it alone or whatever like that. This is the only way we can learn, guys. It's the only way we can live a full life. It's the only way we can live a full life. And even in the midst of what's going on, there are so many ways you can live a full life. And I just challenge you to figure it out. I don't have all the answers. You know what I'm saying? I tell people every day, yes, I've had a lot of experience in a lot of different fields, and I'm a research queen. I will research the crap out of something, and I'll watch some documentaries, but this is why I'm like this. I always want to learn something new because that's what keeps me growing. That's what keeps my brain working. Do you know they say that we only use about 10% of our brain, the average person? The average person only uses 10% of the brain. So imagine if you opened yourself up to new things, to new environments, new people, just new things, just new, whatever, new. What other parts of your brain to start working and kicking in and allow you to experience different feelings, different emotions, different you. A different you. How about that? But we are hardwired. Our brain is hardwired to protect us, it's hardwired for our survival. So therefore, because our brain is hardwired in that way, just like when you touched the stove and you was young and it burnt you, you knew not to touch that stove again. That's what it is with life. When something happens and you do something and you get burnt in another way, as far as somebody gets over on you or you get hurt or, rather be physically, mentally, spiritually or whatever, your survival part of your brain kicks in, and then you never go and you never want to really try that certain thing again or whatever like that. But sometimes it could be a test. Sometimes it could be a test when it comes to, like, say, your dreams and your visions. Sometimes it could be a test just to see how bad you want it. So you can go for your dream, your vision, and it just not work out the way you wanted it to. It could just totally crumble to pieces. And then you just give up. Not knowing that you probably needed to try it again, maybe 10 more times before it really worked out the way you wanted it to work out. Not even the way you wanted it to work out, but better than you can ever imagine. Because see, if we all went for our dreams and our visions one time and it worked out, what lessons are there to learn? How can you gain a thick skin? How can you know how to get through challenges and jump over obstacles and live through struggles and things of that nature? If it just works out the first time, oh, got it. Oh, okay, everything's good. Oh, I'm rich. I'm successful. Wow, I'm famous. One time? No, that's just not how it's going to go. This is why you got all of us at different levels in life. Because you got the people that's going to keep going at it until they get it. You got the people that go at it and then they fall back because it's not working out the way they want. The patience is just not there. Maybe it ain't even the patience. Maybe it's the belief. Maybe it's the people that's around you that you just shrink down to their level. You don't want to go too far away from what you know. So you hold yourself back. You hold your knowledge back. You hold your intelligence back. You hold your talents back. Why? Because you're scared. You're fearful of living a full life and maybe leaving other people behind that's not willing to live a full life. How about that? That's some crazy stuff. But there's a lot of us out here that will do something like that or that are doing that. You're not allowing your fullness of who you are to shine through because, oh, well, I don't want people to think that I'm better than them, or I don't want them to think that, yeah, that. It's not about that. I share my stories, different things that I've done, not because I would hope that nobody would think that because, I brag on stuff or whatever like that. I share my stories because I want you to know that the perseverance, the tenacity that I have to have, and the things that I had to endure, you know what I'm saying? That you too have it in you. When I shared the story, maybe a week or two ago about my going to Vegas and how I just was like, dang, I want some extra money or whatever. I know some people would probably might have went over their head when I said, I was riding home and I was like, I need some extra money so I could go or whatever like that. And the stimulus check was in the mail, the $600. Some people probably be like, dang, $600, she woo-woo over that. That wasn't the point. You missed it. The point was, I put it out in the universe and I said, well, basically, if this is meant, then I will get some extra money. And there was the extra money. So to me, I looked at it like, wow, that was the okay from the universe. Like, yeah, you should do that. You should treat yourself. You should do something nice for yourself. You haven't been nowhere in a while. We are behind you. You know what I'm saying? We're behind you on this trip, and you should go and you should enjoy yourself. That was the message in that. In case somebody heard it and they missed the point. So when I share my stories and I share about different things, it's not about the money. It's not about anything materialistic. It's about the principle of it all. It's about the attitude. It's about the energy. It's about, you know what I'm saying, the will. It's about the motivation or the encouragement behind it. Every message that I share, especially when I'm sharing stories about my life, that is why I share them. This is the reason why Chronicles of Livin exist. Because God put it on me. Well, not even just God. A 96-year-old woman. I'm thinking about Cecily Tyson was 96. A 96-year-old woman that was a client of mine put this on me and told me because of how I was able to uplift her and motivate her, to get out and walk around. And she was a snazzy woman too. Like, we had great conversations and laughter and things of that nature. But she said, I think that you should share your stories. I think people would be encouraged and da-da-da-da. And then my son was like, Mom, I think you should start a blog. And so with them two together, that's what encouraged me to say, okay, I'm going to start this. But then when I started, Spirit was like, no, you about to be transparent. You about to tell the whole story. You about to put your business out there. I didn't know how it was going to turn out. I thought I was going to be one of those people that have all these interviews and things of that nature, which I do interview people from time to time when I'm led to. But a lot of people have podcast shows that's what they do every week is interview people. There's not many podcast shows that just come on and just talk about real life shit, real life stuff to encourage people and say, look, I'm just like you. I am just like you. I might move different. I might think different. But guess what? I bleed the same. I got a skeleton inside this skin. You know what I mean? And yes, maybe my health might be, a little bit more, or maybe you might have, your health might be you might be in better shape, whatever. The point is, I got a brain like you. I got eyes like you. Maybe you might be able to see better than me, whatever. The point is, I'm made up of the same makeup you are. It's just that I choose to reach for, as they say, the stars. I choose to go out here and look at this life as God has given to us, as the Creator has given it to us. This is a big world. This is a big life. The fact that you wake up every morning, and you're breathing, especially at a time like this, means that the Creator has given you another opportunity to figure out how you want to move next. How is it that you want to make sure that your life matters when you 10 feet under, as they say? What is it that you want to leave behind? What is the stories you want people to talk about? I know when I go, people going to be like, man, she was crazy. She crazy as hell. She was a risk taker. But I guarantee you this. It's like I shared with one of my cousins. We were asking questions about, as far as the different things you do and not making it where you want to make it. I said, to me, anything that I do, I've made it. Regardless. So what is not making it? Being a billionaire? Is that what it is? Because a lot of people think success is money. Success is not money. Success is you completing a goal or a task that you have started. You achieved it. Regardless of where it goes, how far it goes, or whatever, you have achieved it. So if I was to leave here today, everything that I set out to do, everything that I set out to create, I have created it. Rather the social media website came out, rather my record labels. The point is, I went for it. You know what I'm saying? And from me going for all of those experiences, now those experiences have helped me with my new experiences, different parts of them. Just like with this podcast show. If I would have never been into music, I wouldn't know how to come on here, record, edit, all of this stuff. And that was years ago, almost 20 years ago. You get what I'm saying? Everything we do in life comes together if you allow it to. If you embrace those pauses, or those losses, if you embrace those and you take out the good that can help you in the future and your present, then nothing is wasted. Nothing was a void in your life, and nothing is a void in your life. Let me say it like that. Nothing is a void in your life. Even relationships you have. And I'm not just talking intimate relationship. I'm talking about friendships. I'm talking about whatever. Nothing is a void. Know this. Everything in life is a lesson for us to grow and to learn, and to allow us to know how it is that we can live a full life. What is it the next step? What can we do? What can I do? Ask yourself, are you living a full life? Or are you so attached to things, situations, material, or, whatever, that you are stopping yourself from living a full life? You're stopping yourself from experiencing new things that you could learn more about you, that you could maybe wind up helping others, so many things that you can discover. So many different feelings and emotions that you can experience when you're willing to be open and receptive to really, truly living a full life. So I'm going to leave y'all with that, guys. Make sure, check yourself. Check yourself. Are you living a full life? If you was to leave here tomorrow, do you feel like you lived a full life? Do you feel like, it's kind of like, you baking something in the oven, you cooking some food in the oven, and you rushing it, and you get it out, and it's not all the way done. It's not fully finished cooking. So it doesn't taste as good. Let's say it that way. Is life tasting good to you right now? Let's not think about the pandemic part of it. I'm talking about this time within the pandemic. Are you planning? Are you discovering new things? Are you, you know what I'm saying? Are you doing something different? Because this time, if you still on lockdown, is a time for you to go inward and for you to embrace you and for you to learn who you are, for you to overlook, the things that you've done and the things that you want to do. Learn new things. So think about that, guys. I want everybody to leave here full. Let's say that, like Cicely Tyson. She left this world full with I'm sure her whole spirit was just full. You know what I mean? And if it's true that we come back here, I'm sure she probably like, well, shoot, I done did the damn thing. I don't need to come back to the doggone world no more. I'm good. That's how we should want to live. That's how we should want to go out. So, thank you guys once again for tuning in, and definitely check out the books. Visionary Dreamer 90-Day Journal, Transform Your Life, Discover Your Purpose, the Workbook on Amazon. Under April, ADionne Williams, ADionne. And yeah, like check out the YouTube, subscribe if you haven't. There's plenty of content on there. Follow, like, comment, because that's going to help move things, because YouTube don't move if you're not on there. So, but if y'all on there, then it helps. Okay. And, stay tuned for the next series of the TV show, ADionne, Your Dream Pusher. I'll be filming really soon. I'm almost finished with my boutique, getting it in order. So I'll be finished with it soon, and we'll let y'all know. So until next Sunday, I love you guys so, so much. And I pray that today was some encouragement, and you look at someone like Cicely Tyson, go read her story. That's what I want y'all to do. Go read Cicely Tyson's bio and be encouraged. How about that? Be encouraged through her today. Let's do that. Okay? And yeah, that's it. So I love you guys. Thanks again for tuning in, and peace, love, blessings, all that good stuff. Live a full life, guys. Check yourself, okay? Go do the damn thing the best way you can. This is ADionne, your dream pusher, your lifeguard, saving you from yourself, the world, some real bullshit. And you are tuned in to Chronicles of Livin, the show for everyday people, doing everyday things, living everyday life. I love you guys. Extraordinary people. I love you. Peace.
The Chronicles of Livin.
We can be whatever we dream.
Thank you for listening to another episode of the Chronicles of Livin podcast, where you find only the highest vibrations. Remember, you are extraordinary. And if you're pursuing your dreams, we're proud of you. Because the best part of life is when you decide to live.
Something better is always possible if you're willing to work for it and fight for it.
Stay updated with ADionne by visiting chroniclesoflivin.com, or stay connected through social media by following @ChroniclesOfLivin. Until next time, your dream pusher, ADionne.